Our minds are truly powerful. As I was watching The Secret, I heard this man's story where he got into a plane crash, and due to the crash, his spinal cord was crushed, his diaphragm, I believe it's called, was broken, so he was not able to walk, he was not able to speak, he wasn't even able to breathe on his own. The doctors believed that he would be in this state for the rest of his life and that he would only be able to blink. He would never be able to walk again. He wouldn't be able to speak anything. All he had was the power of his mind. And he decided that this was not going to be his truth. This was not going to be his reality. And he would be a man that can speak again, that could breathe on his own, that could even walk. So as he used the power of his mind, he healed himself in order to breathe on his own. A voice inside of him told him to breathe. Try as hard as you can to breathe. So he tried and he tried and he started breathing on his own. And the doctors could not explain how he was able to do this. He also set the intention to walk out of the hospital room on his own 2 feet by Christmas time, which I believe was around 8 months after the accident. So he would use the power of his mind, probably through visualization, to see himself walking. He believed in this outcome, that he would be able to walk again, and that is exactly what happened. 8 months later, after his crash, he walked out of that hospital on his own. He was able to breathe again. He was able to walk again. He was able to talk. When The Secret came out, he was able to speak and tell his story and articulate well. After the doctor said that he would never be able to move again. He would never be able to breathe on his own again. He will never be able to speak again. Not only is he able to speak and breathe, but he's able to walk and he's able to share his story. Just through the power of his mind, he was able to achieve this. He did not work for it. He did not use his hands. He did not effort. He did not practice. You can't practice walking when you're paralyzed. He used the power of his mind, and we're able to use the power of our mind to manifest whatever it is that we want into our realities. We create our realities. Well, we co-create with the infinite power source. We co-create our realities, but we are also able to play in our realities. We are the creators and we are the player. As players, we are able to take action. And this measure of taking action is intended for us to have fun, to be able to play on Earth, to be able to play in the 3D, to really get the most out of this physical experience. However, people typically get caught up in the taking action part, and they think that action is necessary for creation, and that is not true. The reality that you're currently living in is the one that you have already created through your mind. Your subconscious, your mind works as the creator, and the beliefs, the thoughts that you impress upon your mind alters your reality, right? There is not necessarily things you have to do in your 3D experience to bring your manifestations to life. It is your mind that brings those things into your reality. As I was meditating, this download came to me. It's actually an analogy. So what I thought about was how when a woman is pregnant, she's not standing there thinking, how am I going to create the baby's fingerprint now? How am I going to create the baby's spine now? How am I going to make the baby's veins, right? Us women, we are able to create a human within our womb. We are able to make bones. We are able to make organs. We are able to make a functioning child within us, but we do not need to put thought into creating those things. We do not have to take action to now, okay, I'm going to create the fingerprints now. I'm going to create the arms now. We do not have to do that. Yes, our body is in the background creating these things, but us as women do not have to actually put thought into the body parts that we are creating inside of us. And I relate that to this concept as well. Yes, as humans, we are creating our realities, right? We get to play in our realities, but we do not necessarily have to be like, okay, how am I going to create this for myself now? How am I going to create that? Our subconscious, our bodies, relating to the analogy, are in the background working to create our reality. We do not necessarily need to take action to get to a certain place, a certain desire. It is our subconscious working in the background that is bringing that desire to us, or that is bringing us to that desire. Now, if you have noticed, there are people, very successful people in the world, that that have taken a lot of action. And you'll notice that action really only works when you are in alignment. There are many people who have taken action and their business has failed. They haven't expanded their mind to be able to hold what they were trying to achieve. They haven't expanded their mind to be able to hold a successful business, a successful restaurant, a successful relationship, right? People have taken action. People have invested thousands and thousands of dollars into something and it has not worked because they're not in alignment. However, people have taken action and they have started businesses. They have started trading. They have started investing. They have started their YouTube channel, whatever it may be, and it has worked out for them because they were doing it from a place of alignment. Their player selves, I got this from, what's her name? Andrea. Their player selves and their creator selves were aligned. The player and creator were aligned. And when the player and creator are aligned, your actions, the action that you take as a player, tend to work out because you are in creator mode. But if you are taking actions from a place of uncertainty, if you're taking actions from a place of disbelief, you'll notice that they don't work out. So it is not necessarily the action that is going to bring the success to you. It is your mind. It is your state of mind. It is your mindset. It is your belief system. It is your self-concept. So I love connecting to my creator mode through meditation, and some people might not understand it. There's one person in particular in my mind. Why is she meditating so much? Why is she always in nature? Why is she doing these things? Why won't she go get a normal job? Why won't she go work hard? Why won't she go do this and that, right? Notice how people are hardworking and they are not where they want to be because it is not the action that's doing everything. When I'm meditating and I'm connecting to my creator mode, I am creating so much, and then when it happens, people are like, well, how did you do that? Because it is important to me to connect to my creator mode, and it is important to me to use my player mode only for the purpose of enjoyment. I do not use my player mode to go to a job that's going to stress me out. I do not use my creator mode to create a business that I need to spend all my time on, hours and hours and hours on. I use my player mode to see beautiful things like the nature around me. I use my player mode to dance. I use my player mode to inspire other women and men. There's actually a lot more men on here than I thought there would be. I use my player mode for my fun, for my enjoyment. And as I move from a place of fun, as I move from a place of enjoyment, that puts me in alignment with my creator mode. Versus if I were to do something that was not fulfilling me, that's drifting me away from my creator, and I cannot create anymore because I am wrapped up in the 3D. I'm wrapped up in the taking action because I need to take action and not for enjoyment. I spend a lot of time training my mind. I spend a lot of time working on my subconscious beliefs. I spend so much time visualizing because I know the power of my mind. I know that I can bring something in my mind to my hands through my faith, right? It is the same with even healing diseases. I've heard of many people actually, healing cancer through their mind. Through the belief that I'm healthy, I'm already healed, this cancer is already free from me. The power of your mind is insane. I visualized receiving a kitten, a boy kitten that had some gray fur, right? I wish I had a picture. Maybe I'll put a picture up. I now have a gray kitten that I found. Through the power of my mind, I was able to connect to the reality that I have a gray kitten. Through the power of my mind, I was able to manifest my first college apartment. Through the power of my mind, I was able to manifest my MacBook and so many other things. The phone that I'm using, the AirPods in my ears, everything in my life I have created through my mind. And you can do the same. Do not let anything in your 3D limit you, because it is just a projection of the programming that has been going on in your mind. Once you change the programming in your mind, you will change the projection. You will change what you're now seeing, because the movie that is showing in your mind is different. As a woman especially, it is very important for me to create, right? Because as you are creating, you're tapping more into your feminine energy. So it is important for me to meditate. Is it important for me to go on walks? It is important for me to get into creator mode so that I'm able to create content like this, so that I'm able to create meals, so that I'm able to create ideas, so that I'm able to create art pieces, whatever it may be. Creation is so important to me, and I just love that we get to experience this as humans, because we get to be creators, but we also get to physically experience the things. We get to go on trips. We get to swim in water. We get to experience boat rides. We get to experience the sound of birds. We get to experience going on runs. We get to experience luxury cars, whatever it might be. We get to experience all these things, and we get to create the reality that we're in. So it is important that you use the power of your mind for your good, instead of pouring your beautiful energy, your life force energy, the immense power of your mind into something that is not fulfilling you, into maybe a job that you hate, a relationship that you hate, duties, obligations that you've given yourself. Notice how when you're moving in alignment, things will just happen for you. For instance, this one business I used to have, I no longer run this business, but I had this business for maybe, it was, I think, the first week. It was coming up on the second week of the business, and I had made no sales. I decided that I'm going to take this day to just enjoy my day and be present with my best friend. We did hot yoga that day, and we were just having a girl's day, right? I was relaxed, I was moving in alignment, and I was connected to my creator mode. Guess what happened that day? I got my first sale. Because I wasn't stressing, I wasn't in my player mode, stressing about, oh, how am I gonna get a sale? I need to make more content. I need to reach more people. I wasn't in my player mode stressing about things like that. I was in my player mode doing the things that I enjoyed, and so I created a sale for myself. So use your player mode for good. The player mode is here for a reason. Use your player mode for your enjoyment, and do not get stuck in the obligations of life. Do not get stuck in what are other people going to think, judgments, things like that, because they are not living your life. I was talking about this in my private community. I was talking about tapping into your intuition, which I think I want to make a video on here about too. And I was saying how it is important to be reliant on your intuition, on your body's instincts, because instead of going to someone else, because your intuition is for you and theirs is for them. So the advice that they might have might not work for you, because it was not meant for you. It was meant for their body. It was meant for their lifestyle. It was not meant for you. So it is the same with your desires. It is the same with what feels in alignment for you. For instance, this man, he was making $45,000 a year, right? And he bought a Lamborghini. Someone might say that is extremely irresponsible. That was a dumb purchase. He's just buying it to be flashy. Da 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 da. What he did when he bought that Lamborghini, he started living very frugally, and he started creating content around that Lamborghini. That Lamborghini was the catalyst for his success. If he had not listened to himself, if he had not bought that Lamborghini, he would still be stuck making $45,000 a year. But he took that risk that his creator, his spirit, told him to take, and now he's making so much more money than he would have if he would have stayed living the norm, if he would have listened to other people's judgments. It is the same for you. Whatever downloads are coming to you, whatever information is coming to you, whatever inspired action you are urged to take, do it. Because your spirit is talking to you, and your spirit, your mind, your body is trying to create the life for you that you want. It might not make sense to other people. It might not even make sense to you, but it's important to follow that. Follow your bliss.